Hey guys, it's Dulce. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making an Easter egg cake, and I'm also going to be incorporating some of my Gumpaste flowers, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give this video a like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment sections down below telling me what you want to see next. Make sure to also hit the little bell icon next to the subscribe button to be notified of when I post new videos, and also share this video with all of your friends so they can join our cake decorating family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Okay, so first of all, I wanted to apologize because I didn't upload this whole past week, but we're going to get right into the video. I had recorded when I cut up my layers and all of that, but for some reason, like, the footage was completely out of focus. It just wasn't worth it to put it into the video. So yeah, I'm starting from this point. So the first one that I laid down was actually one of the top parts that I had cut off from one of my layers. So I ended up making two cakes. One was a 6-inch, which are the two bigger layers, and then the first one from the bottom and the two from the top are from a cake that I baked into this glass bowl. So it was oven safe, so make sure yours is oven safe if you're going to do that. You can actually get one of the molds that is actually like egg shaped already, so it'll be easier. But I just ended up doing this. I used some of the excess from the 6-inch layers to do the very top part. I was using Swiss meringue buttercream. The filling was actually whipped chocolate ganache, so yeah, that's why it was so stiff. And then I just went ahead and started carving out the shape of the egg. And I'm using some Swiss meringue buttercream to go ahead and do a crumb coat. I rolled out my fondant, and I'm actually using a homemade marshmallow fondant, and then I draped it on top and started pressing down and kind of forming it to the shape of the egg. The bottom part was kind of weird and a little tricky to tuck in, but it ended up working out. So that part's gonna get covered anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The next step was painting the cake. I ended up using a mixture of airbrush colors and gel food colorings mixed with vodka to kind of form a paint, and then just a variety of different brushes. I just started off by painting kind of like vines around the whole cake, and this is just so I know like the placement of everything, and I can just kind of work around these so I can start adding flowers and adding leaves and stuff like that. Here I was just showing you how I was making the paint. So I would just use a drop of gel food coloring and a little bit of vodka and just kind of mix it, and it would make paint. The rest of it is kind of up to you. You can decide how many flowers you put, you can decide the colors. This is a pretty fun cake to make. For the flowers, I decided to make a bunch of small rosebuds, or like opening rosebuds. For that, I'm going to start by making a hook on 26 gauge wire using some flat pliers, wrapping the wire starting at the end with the hook using half width floral tape. Then taking a small piece of gum paste and forming it into a cone, dipping the end of the wire with the hook into the egg white, then inserting it into the cone and pressing around to secure it to the wire. So the egg white is going to be acting as glue. This is a rose cutter that I'm going to be using. The size of your cone should be roughly the same size as one of the petals. I'm going ahead and rolling out gum paste, cutting out one set of petals, which you will only be needing one set of petals for each flower. Place your petal on a foam board, and using a small ball tool, go ahead and thin and slightly ruffle the edges of every petal. Then brushing the egg white onto each petal using a brush. And I'm going to make sure to start alternating, so glue on one petal and then leave a little door open, skip a petal and glue the next petal tucked into that opening. So by watching the video, it's easier to understand. Just make sure to alternate your petals and it'll look completely fine. Go ahead and make 8 of these. I only made enough to cover the front of the cake. For the leaves, roll out your green gum paste on a group board. Remove it from the board and set it on a flat surface. I'm using 2 different sets of leaf cutters, so I'm cutting out a variety of leaves. Dip your 26 gauge wire into egg white, insert it into the groove of the leaf. I'm using a silicone veinner to make the leaf indentations on the leaves, so place it in the veinner and just press down lightly. And then set it aside to dry for 24 hours. And you can make as many of these as you want or as many as you think are needed. The next step is just dusting all of the flowers and leaves. I went ahead and inserted the color of petal dust that I was using for each flower. I made sure to dust 2 flowers of each color. So I have 2 pink, 2 orange, 2 yellow, 2 red, and 2 white. I used a mixture of cocoa and kiwi colored petal dust to do the leaves. After you're done with all of the dusting, you can go ahead and assemble the flowers. I used half-width floral tape to tape all of them together, and I alternated between colors of flowers and adding leaves in between. The very last step is just placing it on the cake. I ended up bending the flowers into a curve so that they would fit the bottom of the cake better. Once you're done with that step, you're completely done with the cake.
Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!